There was this event when the girls had just started at secondary school that was just a nightmare. I'm trying to remember the details.
The girls are very similar, but I like to think of them as being different.
Jamila's music teacher rang me to say she never turned up. Her guitar was still in the cupboard. And as I stood there on the high street, I started to worry where both of my girls were.
I didn't have a guitar lesson that day.
I remember what happened so vividly. We were quite young, about 10 or 11 years
you were
old.
older.
Me and Jamila were joined at the hip at this age.
The girls
It
would
was a
walk to
Friday.
school on their own and walk back home on their own, which was quite a big deal. Their school was about half an hour walk away. We would meet on the high
I
street
didn't realise
and
we
then
did
walk
everything.
We
back.
always
Why
met
not
at the
just
back
this one
gate at
time?
school. So I stood there for at least half an hour, pacing back and forwards. I walked around the school asking anyone if they had seen my sister, but it's no help when they can't tell the difference
See,
between
I
us.
don't know why you're so flustered, Anya. Jamila has a guitar lesson every Friday.
I waited and waited at school. I remember feeling so conflicted. We were rarely apart.
It felt like hours were passing by. There was a constant stream of school uniform, making it really hard to pick them out from the crowd. Why is it they make them all look the same?
I walked from the front gate to the back gate, from the front gate to the back gate.
Why do you always think it's me? They didn't know where you were either, Anya. I didn't do anything wrong.
So you weren't at your guitar lesson?
Some people think Anya looks more similar to me than Jamila does.
See, whilst I thought Jamila was at the front gate,
I was
I
getting
didn't wonder
stressed
where
and
Mum could
panicky.
be.
It wasn't like the girls to be late, and I bumped into my friend and she could tell something was wrong. I asked her if she'd seen Anya or Jamila anywhere, and while I was talking to her, she asked her son, who said he'd seen one of you by the music lot, which was unusual because you were usually together. He didn't know which one it was, but said that they had flats.
But I had plaits in that day. I was never there. Mum, surely
I
you remember
definitely
that.
didn't have plaits. Anya didn't have time to do my hair in the morning.
I thought you both had plaits.
Maybe they thought they saw you, Anya, but you walked straight home from school to me, didn't you?
No, I never went along the high street. I walked home but couldn't get in as I didn't have keys.
When was it that you rang me, Deborah? I remember you calling me very upset. Which one of them was it that was missing?
There was a police officer on the high street, and I told them the story, and they asked for a description. She was wearing school uniform, flats, and a yellow tie.
We were put in separate houses at school so that we could make other friends. I had a purple tie and Anya had a yellow.
Yes, see, we wanted the girls to be different.
Mum, you just described me. The police officers were looking for the wrong person.
I
No
didn't
wonder they were
feel
no
lost.
help.
I thought that
I was
everyone knew
really
where I
starting to worry
It
where
was only
Jamila
when
had gone.
time started
With
going
no
on and
phones
on
and no
that I
sign
started
of her at
wondering where
home,
Anya could
where
be.
could she be? People can't disappear this
We
quickly.
live in a Somerset town. Bad things rarely happen. It has a slow-moving pace.
I quite liked being on my own. Anya would always want to be with me.
My neighbours took me
Anya
in.
was with me. She was very calm, and that's not at all how I felt.
See, the thing is, Deborah, Anya can appear very calm, but if you ask her, she'll tell you how distressed and stressed she's feeling.
I always think Anya makes it so obvious when she's upset.